Hey everyone, welcome to another TAD tune-up video. My name is Sena, and today we're going to be covering another feature inside of Titan Advisor. And the feature we're covering today is offer your customer multiple options. So without further ado, let's just jump right into the software. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. We are already inside of Titan Advisor, but just in case if you haven't been here before, you're going to click on that rocket ship in the very top right, and that's going to take you into Titan Advisor. Now, I've already customized my plan to include offer your customer multiple options, which is that feature we're covering today. But just in case you don't know where it is, on the left-hand side, you can go ahead and click selling and performing work. Under the acceleration stage is where this feature lives. And then finally, right there, you will see offer your customer multiple options. So let's just go ahead and click into it. Now, obviously, we've got a beautiful description here about what this feature is all about, but this is really for your sales staff and your technicians creating multiple options, which obviously the name implies. This affects multiple KPIs like conversions, profit, tech performance, and average ticket. And then one of my favorite things is this applies to all customer types. So it doesn't matter if you're residential, commercial, new construction, really all of our technicians should be providing multiple options here. We've got that beautiful GIF right there, which sort of walks us through it, but I will also be walking you through how to create these estimates, how to create multiple options throughout our video today. So I'm going to keep on scrolling down, and you'll notice that there's a setup portion for this specific feature. And there's two things we need to complete for setup. The first is we must have at least one of our business units tied to a service division and at least one of our business units tied to a sales division. So to accomplish this, I'm going to exit out of here and I'm going to click into my settings in the very top right, that gear icon. After this, I'm just going to start to type in business, BUS, and then right there, you're going to see business units. Let's click in. So remember the thing we needed to do was tie those divisions to our business units, one for sales and one for service. So I've got my electric sales business unit here. I'm just going to click edit on the right-hand side. And if I scroll down just a little bit, once this loads here, you can see right there is my division. Now, if you're like, what is a division? Why is this useful? You can see right here when we hover over that information bubble, divisions are used for reporting. And obviously the data that we get inside of ServiceTitan is so valuable. This allows us to group multiple business units together and sort them how we would want to inside of reports. So that's what a division is for. Again, remember, we need one tied to sales at least, and we need one tied to service. So at least one business unit tied to sales, at least one business unit tied to service. So this part's super easy. The setup, easy peasy. Y'all can do this in no time, especially if you've already got your business units set up. Let's click back into Titan Advisor. Let's go back into our Titan Advisor feature here. That was the setup. Literally just have one business unit tied to a service division and at least one business unit tied to a sales division. I'm sure a lot of you have multiples. So again, at least one of them is what the system is looking for that setup. So let's go ahead and scroll down here. And now we've got the actual usage of these features. And you can see right here on my screen, I haven't completed this setup, so I'm not earning points, which is why we always go over the setup first if it's applicable for that feature. So we actually have three different features, all with points associated to them. So I'm just going to quickly read all three, and then we'll actually get into the system and show you how to get these points. So for the first feature here, what we are measuring is the percent of sales and service jobs that are not recall or warranty jobs where an estimate was created in the last 30 days. The keywords here are not recall or warranty jobs. We'll get to that in a second. The second one is very similar. Percent of sales and service jobs where the technician created at least 3 estimate options in the last 30 days. Again, keyword here is at least 3 estimate options. And then finally, again, kind of similar, percent of service and sales jobs where estimates were viewed in present mode in the last 30 days. The keyword here is present mode. And obviously, each of these have that time threshold of the last 30 days. So just keep that in mind. So let's talk about this first feature here, where we're looking at the percent of sales and service jobs that are not recall or warranty jobs where an estimate was created in the last 30 days. Now, I'm going to be creating an estimate for you, multiple estimates for you, and the next 2 features. What I want to show y'all is A, how do I make a job a warranty or recall job? And B, how do I identify if that job is a warranty or a recall job? So for this, I'm actually going to use my search function, this little magnifying glass with those 3 lines there. Let me clear out my search here. You can see I'm already at that job filter. What I want to do is scroll down. I'm going to be looking for the job status filter, and I'm going to change this to completed. And let's just hit search. This is going to give me a list of my completed jobs. And I'm just going to click on the very top one to show you how to create a warranty or a recall job. Clicking in, if y'all can guess, I bet you know where to go for this. It's going to be the blue actions drop-down menu, basically where we do all of those job actions. Clicking that, you'll see right there, I have my recall option, or right there, I've got my warranty option. So it must be a completed job to create that recall or warranty job from. If I go back to my search, clear out my search, and just search for any job and maybe it's not complete, if I click my drop down, which you can see it's in a scheduled status, I don't have the option for a recall or warranty because the job's not done. So that's just something to keep in mind. So that is how you can create a recall or a warranty job. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you is how do we know if it's already a warranty or a recall job? So for that, I'm going to go back to the search. I'm going to clear out my search. And this time, I'm going to scroll down, and then you're going to see this NC status. NC stands for no charge. And I'm going to click this drop down. And the first option I'm going to choose is recall. I want to find a recall job. So I'm just going to click into the first job that I see here. And you might notice it right off the bat, but if you didn't, if you notice next to our build to customer right there, if I hover over that R, you can see there's my indicator. This job is a recall for another job, and then it's also got that NC for no charge. So right from here, it's very easy for me to see this is a recall job. Let's go back to the search. Let's change that recall to a warranty. Let's search that one more time. Let's click into the job that we see here. And then very similar, but instead of a R, now it's a W, saying this job is a warranty call for another job. Now, let me give you a pro tip. If it is a recall or a warranty job, if you actually click on the W, it will take you to the original job that recall or warranty was created from. So consider that my pro tip for the day. Let's go back into Titan Advisor for one more second here. Going back into our feature. So that's going to be your first one. Again, estimates need to be created on sales or service jobs that are not recall or warranty jobs in the last 30 days. That's going to get you 1 point if you are over 75%, which I feel like most people probably get points for this one. Let's scroll down and we're going to do both of these next features at the same time. And I'll show you how to create that estimate from scratch, just in case your technicians have never created an estimate before. For these next 2 features, We're going to be looking at the percent of sales and service jobs where the technician created at least 3 estimate options in the last 30 days. And then finally, percent of service and sales jobs where estimates were viewed in present mode in the last 30 days. So for this, I'm actually going to hop into the mobile side of things. So I've already got a job here as if I'm a technician. I'm going to go ahead and view it. I've already dispatched and arrived myself. So at this point, I've met with the customer, I've reviewed the house, and I'm ready to start creating my estimate. I'm going to click on the estimates on the left-hand side. Now, because we need to create multiple options, there's a few different ways we can actually do this. One way is I can just start completely from scratch. I can click my Add Estimate button. I won't use my templates for this one, but I will be using a template later on, and I'll show you why that's really the best way to do it. But I'm going to start completely from scratch by building a brand new option. Let's name this. I'll say this is for the TAD tune-up, and I'll just put a 1. You can put a summary if you would like, just sort of summarizing why you've created this estimate. This is for the video. Smiley face. And let's just go ahead and start adding some items to this. Now, pay no attention to the items that I'm adding here. I'm really just wanting to add some stuff for presentation purposes. I've got a few different things added in there. I'm going to go ahead and click done. And I'm going to say I'm done with my first estimate. I've added the things I wanted to add. Let's go ahead and click done. Super simple, creating an estimate, really easy to do. But remember, we needed at least 3. So at this point, I could click the Add Estimate button again, start completely from scratch, or I can click the 3 dots of the existing estimate that I already created, and I can duplicate this option, which is what I'm going to do to make my life a little bit easier. I'm going to click duplicate. It's going to give you a confirmation saying, do you really want to create a copy of this estimate? Yes, I do. Let's go ahead and click duplicate. You can see it actually adds a dash copy for you. I'm just going to update that to 2. We'll go back to adding those items, and you'll notice everything that was on my original estimate came in, but I can remove this if I want to remove stuff, or I can come in here and add stuff if I want to add stuff. Duplicating really just sort of makes it a little bit more efficient for you, where you're just updating smaller things, and maybe you duplicate because you want to add a membership. It's the same estimate, but we create another estimate with a membership. That's a great use case for duplicating. So for this one, I've added something else in here. Let me just add in one more thing, or maybe a few more things really, and I'll click done. I've created my second estimate here. Now let's create one more, and I'm going to duplicate it and make my life easy once again. This is going to be our third option here. And let's add something really expensive. Pressure switch is not very expensive. What about blower motors? That's good enough for me. I'm just going to add a bunch of things in here to make it more expensive. Looks fantastic. Again, your estimates will make a lot more sense than mine do for these presentation purposes. So I'm going to click done. Let's click done one more time. And at this point, I've got my 3 estimates created. And this is one way of doing it, where I've got all 3 estimates. So I would be getting points for this specific job because I've got those 3 estimates created. But I want to show you the best and most efficient way of doing this. And that's going to be through estimate templates. So if I go back to my Add Estimate button, you can see I've already created a ton of different estimate templates. I'm just going to go ahead and select my GBB, which stands for good, better, best. Let's select that. And I'm going to scroll down, and you'll notice these look a little bit different. And I'm going to show you why I really like doing it the estimate template route. But let's quickly go back to the Titan Advisor feature, because remember, The three estimate options was the second one. The third one was talking about present mode. So let's actually get into present mode on the mobile side. So I've got 6 estimates created for this job here. Right up in the top right, you're going to see that blue present button. Let's go ahead and present that. Now, I would be presenting this to my customers, holding my tablet, talking to my customer and walking them through these estimates, giving them that amazing customer experience. You'll notice the ones that I just created from scratch, they don't look that good. But the ones that I've created from my estimate templates, they've got beautiful colors, they've got beautiful images. So this is just a call out. You can of course have images on your regular estimates, but I just think using estimate templates is so much better. It's a lot more efficient, and quite frankly, I just think it looks a little bit better. So again, I could be viewing these estimates with my customers, walking them through each of these different estimates and why I think these are the estimates they should be doing and why I've created all these different estimates. So let's go back to the Titan Advisor feature to wrap this all up. Clicking back in, if I scroll to the very top, I showed y'all how to get those divisions tied to your business units, literally just clicking edit. And again, you need at least one business unit with a service division, one business unit with a sales division. Real easy to do. Getting into using the actual feature, the percent of sales and service jobs that are not recall or warranty jobs where an estimate was created in the last 30 days. Remember, we've got that job actions drop down to create those recall or warranties, or we can just search for those recall or warranty jobs and they'll have that R or that W next to the bill to. Percent of sales and service jobs where the technician created at least 3 estimate options. I show you how to create those estimates either from scratch or using estimate templates. And I will actually link out a Blue Collar Nerd's video that he did on estimate templates. If you've never done that, he had a beautiful video where he walked through how to create those estimate and proposal templates. Just check for that link in the description. And then finally, the percent of service and sales jobs where estimates were viewed in present mode in the last 30 days. And again, that was that blue present button in the top right when we were in mobile. So that was the TAD feature for today. I hope y'all enjoyed and learned something new. This was offering your customer multiple options for a TAD tune-up video. My name was Sena. I hope y'all have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next program, the next Torch Network Live, Ignite Ember Spark, whatever it is. But enjoy the rest of your day, and thanks for watching.